What's going on, fellas? It's your main man back on the scene with another video. So it looks like Super Mario Brothers is dominating the box office. It's killing them. Let's take a quick look. Weekend chart. It's owning the market. Already, $434 million. So it's definitely going to hit a billion. They're already making money off of this joint. This is the problem with Hollywood right now, and the media in general. It's like lately, I'd say the majority of the movies that the fans like, the critics don't like it. 10,000 plus verified ratings, 96%. And they did verification stuff in the attempt to protect certain movies that got bad ratings because they were being review bombed and all that. And the review bombing goes both ways. So let's keep it a buck. I want you guys to check out this video from Midnight's Edge. Let's bring this over here. Check out what my man has to say.
Super Mario's Japanese parent company, Nintendo, blocked Hollywood's attempts at making Mario a bumbling oaf and a co-star of his own movie, which, as we are about to see, was the...
You see that? This is what happens. See, Nintendo was smart. So I guess they figured, well, you know, you're not going to fuck up our IP. You're not going to do it. We're not having it. So I'm going to assume somebody from Japan was like, no.
The original intention. The result of Nintendo's intervention was twofold. On one hand, the movie was flogged by the professional critics of the entertainment media complex, most visibly Grace Randolph. But on the other hand, it was universally embraced by the actual movie-going audience, who rewarded it with the type of box office Marvel movies used to get when the audience still had faith.
Yeah, you see that? They're making Marvel money with this movie. It's a cartoon. And they're killing it. I like it. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see if the replacement units want to check it out. Then I'll go see it.
In the Marvel brand. What this shows, once again, is just how out of touch both Hollywood and the professional critics of the entertainment media complex are with the audience they are supposed to serve, namely the movie-going audience. In this editorial, I will begin with going through how Hollywood tried to subvert Super Mario before...
That's how you know a movie's gonna be crap. When you hear subversion, updated for modern sensibilities, reimagining, you know it's gonna be dog shit. Let's continue.
Or Nintendo blocked them, how the resulting movie ended up being a near-perfect family film, and why this is a data point that neither Hollywood nor the entertainment media complex can afford to ignore. A couple of weeks ago, our friend, peer and Hollywood insider WDW Pro broke the scoop that
Yeah, there's another good guy. You gotta check him out too.
early in the scripting stage, distributor Universal and production company Illumination, Hollywood incumbents both of them, tried to infuse the movie with modern Hollywood sensibilities. By which I mean, the movie was really about Peach. She was to be the ultimate girl boss. The movie was to revolve around her, and in being...
That's the bull crap that they like to pull. See, the whole thing with Hollywood is they're trying to replace the current audience, the people who built these IPs, you know, the guys that have been loving it since they were little kids and spending all that money, with the weirdos. And there's not enough weirdos to support this stuff. That's the problem. That's with everything. Comic books, everything. They're trying to replace us, heterosexual male, with everyone else. That's not how the market was built. This stuff is basically heterosexual male fantasies, hero's journey, etc. That's what this stuff is. That's what attracts mostly men. Just like romance books attract women, hero's journey attracts men. It's just that simple. But they want to replace us with women and the weirdos.
A male, Mario was to be an incompetent and inept buffoon that would spend the entire movie being rescued by her several times over. As such, the brother dynamic with Luigi and every other aspect of the script suffered. However, as reported by WDW Pro, this was when Nintendo stepped in and demanded that production company Illumination changed script in order to make Mario the focal point and the ultimate hero, and that
Well, that would make sense since he is the titular character, him and his brother. Super Mario Brothers, not Peaches. That's that whole girl boss stuff. They want to make the men look stupid to make the women look strong, which is just terrible. But that's the new Hollywood. They make men bumbling idiots, dumb, sissified and everything else. And they make the women just all powerful.
Luigi be given his moments to shine as well, because the brand is called the Super Mario Brothers and not Super Peach. Before giving my take on what Nintendo's intervention did for the movie, let's see how the establishment critics, here represented by Grace Randolph, took it.
I have never seen an Illumination misfire this bad. In fact, I don't think they've ever misfired. This is not only the worst movie they've ever made, but in my opinion, the only bad movie they've ever made.
Here we go, guys. Shilling.
And maybe what's different here? It's because Nintendo was so involved creatively, as you can see from the credits when you watch the movie. I guess it doesn't always work out like with The Last of Us.
While some of the girl boss aspects from the early script drafts remained despite Nintendo's intervention, I submit that overall, Super Mario Bros. Ended up being the perfect family movie because of Nintendo's intervention. Before I break down why, there is one thing everyone has to keep in mind. The first thing any reviewer old enough to remember playing the original Mario games needs to remember, and this is where the entirety of the establishment media critics failed, is that this movie isn't made for us. We long since aged out of the target demographic. I don't mean that in the kind of excuse woke fail condescending Brie Larson kind of way.
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him.
But as a simple statement of fact.
Well, shouldn't we use the same excuses? But there's no strong women in it. Well, it wasn't made for you.
If you are old enough that you either had a Nintendo or a Super Nintendo, or for that matter a Sega Mega Drive, but you, like me, weren't above playing Mario while visiting friends who had the Nintendo, then understand that you are not the target audience. This movie is made for our children, while at the same time being accessible to us. Of course, quite a few establishment critics, willfully or otherwise, didn't understand this, possibly because they...
Yeah, that entices the older folks, self-included, people that played these when we were growing up, to take their kids to the movie. But you're really catering to them. But you throw a little bit out there, straddling the fence to make everyone happy. It's called business.
Don't have children of their own, but I do, so allow me to break down why Super Mario Bros. Is a great family film. Since the movie is made for children, Mario and Luigi both live at their parents'. So do children, meaning they can instantly relate. Like most kids, Mario and Luigi...
I think that's what attracted me to Spider-Man when I was a kid. The cartoon that was they used to come on, you know, Spider-Man. He was a school kid. You know, I'm a school kid. Well, at the time, I was a school kid. So I related to him more than, say, Superman or Batman. So it works.
Wake up in the morning, they do their chores, and sometimes things just go wrong. They don't mean for anything to go wrong, they don't try to be bad, but sometimes things just happen. Things go wrong, and despite their...
Now, this was terrible. That was bad. If I would have done a live action flick, I would have got the two leading Italian comics at that time, and I would have cast them. So they would have the accent and all that. Or they can imitate the accent because they've heard it. That's just me.
Their best efforts, Mario and Luigi end up disappointing their parents. This is especially hard on Mario, who is brave and has always looked out for his brother Luigi, and he wants to make his parents proud of him. Later, this theme recurs with Donkey Kong. For all his bravado, he too wants to make his father proud. Peach is something of a girl boss, but what reviewers of my generation need to remember is that while she was a damsel in distress back in our day, she has been a playable character for so many years now that girls growing up today don't remember a time when she wasn't, and she is their favorite. For that reason, she can't be relegated to the role of damsel in distress, not anymore, and so it is Luigi that needs rescuing, which fiscally and narratively makes sense. Boys tend to identify with Mario more so than Luigi, while girls identify with Peach. But everyone loves Luigi and wants to rescue him, which both girls and boys get to actively...
That's enough of that. I'm not gonna get too far into that. I'm gonna link the video. You guys can watch the whole thing. Yeah, but Super Mario is kicking butt, and you see why. So, if you guys have seen this, let me know what you think of it, because I want to know what you guys think before I go check it out. So, drop a comment below, smash that like button, subscribe, and I will see you fellas in the next video. Peace.